Hi there, this is the popular E14 Poplar trap in the classical Queen's Indian, and it's claimed the scalps of many grandmasters, including the likes of Polgar, Piquet, Zhao and Arkle. D4, knight f6, knight f3, b6, c4 and e6. White goes for the classical line e3, after bishop b7, bishop d3. Black now strikes at the center with c5, white castles, and bishop e7 is met by knight c3. Here black trades in the center, c takes d4, e takes d4, and again striking at the center with d5, an extremely common theoretical position. White now takes in the center, c takes d5, and the recapture by the knight, knight takes d5, where white can play this idea of positioning his king's knight on the outpost on e5. After castles, an intimidating attack now by white, queen g4, drives the knight back to f6, which hits the queen and opens up the diagonal of the bishop on b7. But now the queen reroutes to h4, and there are threats on h7 if the knight is dislodged from its defensive duties on f6. So in this position, I think black's best move might be knight b d7, but if instead knight c6, which not only threatens to trade that with that knight on e5, but also puts pressure on this pawn on d4, then white's going to continue by ignoring that threat of the pawn on d4 and playing bishop g5. And now white has a very strong position. Hard for black to find a resourceful defense. The best defense would probably be knight takes on e5, and then we can expect not recapturing the knight because the bishop's going to be loose on d3, rather bishop takes on f6 with a mate threat now on h7. That's going to be met by knight takes d3, bishop takes on e7, looks as if it's going to win material for white. After queen c7, now bishop takes f8, rook takes f8, and white is materially ahead, but black certainly has drawing chances in this position with active pieces. Going back to bishop g5, if queen takes on d4, that's going to lose to knight takes on c6, because if queen now takes on h4, then an in-between move, knight takes on e7 check, and then white will pick up the queen again, and white will be two pieces up already, so that's certainly winning. If instead knight takes on d4, then bishop takes on f6 is going to be winning for white because of the mate threat again on h7. Grandmaster Navarra tried h6 here and went on to lose after bishop takes on f6, because if g takes on f6, then the h pawn is dropping, and if bishop takes on f6, the queen reroutes now to e4 with a mate threat and threatening to pick up the knight on c6 with a winning position. Going back to bishop g5, g6 is the most common move played, and that loses immediately. This is the move, as I mentioned, played by Polgar, Piquet and Zhao and Arkle, and that's going to lose to this very nice looking move by white, bishop a6. That's hitting the bishop on b7, because after bishop takes on a6, then white's going to win with knight taking on c6, which is going to hit the queen and hit the bishop, and then loosen up the knight on f6 for the taking, where white will clearly be winning. So this has been the popular E14 Poplar trap in the classical Queen's Indian. Thanks for watching. Bye bye.